I want to kill everyone. Satan is good. Satan is our pal.
So, what embarrassing stuff can you tell us about Jon?
Oh, gosh. He walks on his tiptoes. Did you know that?
I didn't, but now I do.
Yeah, I'm going to have to shut down this stream.
Jon Del Arroz has fully snaked, of course, on his former friends, which included us, but I think actually, in a way, more importantly, included Tim and Mark, because Tim and Mark had this big success. And the same way that Comic Hut thought that their success meant it had to translate to his success, Jon Del Arroz sold his soul out to Comicsgate, which doesn't make comics, just makes performative political videos. And as a perfect example proving us right, just like when I was in a chat room for one of the Vicky DA streams, and I didn't even know that Jon Del Arroz was stream sniping it, where he was just watching. And in the chat I mentioned that Jon Del Arroz has to sell his books through politics because not even his own friends like his books, which is true. He put Vicky into one of his books, and then she got the book, and she was like, this book kind of sucks, actually. And we reviewed Flying Sparks very famously, where we reviewed it and pointed out objective writing flaws.
He begged us to review Flying Sparks. We reviewed it. We didn't love it. In fact, I barely liked it because, let's face it, I mean, you know.
Yeah, he was willing to jack both of us off. Jon Del Arroz wanted to perform homosexual oral sex on both of us at the same time, which fucking, that's not cool.
I'm not into that.
I'm not into that. Even though he does himself fantasize about that. He's been caught fantasizing about that and that kind of thing, which is very creepy, very it's like he's sneaking around on his tiptoes everywhere. But I mentioned that it just in the chat for that stream that he can only sell his books on politics, and he had a giant public meltdown about it. It was fucking goofy because it's like that's all it takes is one chat message, and all of a sudden he's sent packing straight to Copesville. He's taking the last train, he's taking the first train to Copesville.
And he'll meet you at the station.
Yes, he'll meet himself at the station. He's so going to be there that he'll be there before he gets there. But so he started having huge meltdowns about Kamen America because
he'll be there by 4:30 a.m.
Yes, the train's leaving at like 7 at night, but he'll be there a little too early in my opinion.
He made a reservation. Who the fuck makes a reservation for a train? What a faggot.
What a tiptoes manlet. Both physically a manlet, but also of his soul.
Mentally.
Yes.
Thomas Roylup's like one of the biggest anti-Comicsgate people out there. I would not bring him on my stream. You couldn't pay me to bring him on my stream.
The creator of Comicsgate showed up. Finally, we're having more guests on, but it's ya boy John, and we were going to talk about that video you did last night about it was just called like identifying gamma behavior, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Has Jon Del Arroz gotten back to you? So I told him you have got to read this book, and he read it. And he was like, whoa, this book is good.
When I was on stream with him last time, I think on his stream, he mentioned, whoopsie daisy!
Tiptoes Delarose. You wanted to be a knight in shining armor, but behind closed doors, you were the one causing the harm. You thought you could control me with your punches to my ankles. I won't let you kill me like you did to Ed Piscor. Tiptoes Delarose. You swore your love was true and pure, but you left me feeling small like you. Your loyalty unsure. You knelt in worship to other men, neglecting me in every way. But I won't stand in your tiny shadow. It's time for me to break away. I'm tearing down the walls that you built to keep me low. No longer will I dance to the tune of this sorrowful war. I'm taking back my strength. chasing you, I'm letting go.
Jon Del Arroz triggered again, as usual. Nothing new. It's been happening a lot more lately. But this time, it was something that a lot of us were having a good long laugh at his expense over.
We're all going to have a good long laugh at your expense.
King Wolf Comics saying one of my favorite Kamen America moments of all time is in the new comic regarding the cultural climate. Clout chasing is not heroic, which is a quote from in the comic where she, Kamen America is confronted. Some people are like, oh, you should join, you should, bury the hatchet with the Zinni Rangers. And she says no. And she says, while I can't prove it, I've seen the Zinni Rangers controlling the automatons for their own agenda, blah, blah, blah. And she says, America is a beacon on a hill, an example for the world. But what example would I be if I simply went along for the sake of salvaging my public image? Clout chasing is not heroic. And, I just posted this with a few replies to myself on the King Wolf Comics, because I want the King Wolf Comics account to not just be about like, oh, here's a new comic that's coming out, but also to show, in fact, in a way that worked, is that it got a lot of eyes on it, where people were like, oh yeah, this account is having an interesting observation and discussion about Kamen America. So I got a lot of new followers from Kamen America fans. But yeah, in the tweet I say, clout chasing is not heroic. She stands against everything that most geek culture influencers build their careers on, such as opinion, curation, and public approval, which is something that we've said and proven many times, possibly thousands of times, perhaps even more billions of times, just in the past few years alone. And to prove the point that I was making, Jon Del Arroz comes in to take offense, and he immediately starts yelling,
"These are not the doors of a billionaire, Richard. Fuck you!" Fuck you in the ass.
Hello, it is you, our boy, Mod1 from Shitty Web Comics, Thomas Roy Loop, YouTube channel, whatever. I just wanted to throw in an extra detail that a lot of stuff about Jon Del Arroz is blowing up lately. Mainly, people are finally noticing the stuff that we had been making videos about this whole time. And as we point out constantly, we would love all of our videos to be in public. We can't, because we're constantly getting false flagged. And just like with JDA, and people just now realizing all the stuff about him, by the way, is old news. It's not fresh, piping hot. It's all old information. It's just a matter of people finally seeing it. And the fact is, yeah, with us having basically written the book about this, going back years, if you really want to be kept ahead of the game, the only way to really do it is to become a pig on our Subscribe Star. It's the only place we can actually post our videos without worrying about the masses constantly false flagging us, which they did. Not only did they, but a lot of your favorite YouTubers and streamers kept secret about it and will not tell you about it. Kino Casino, Kiwi Farms, they're not going to tell you the truth. The only place you're going to ever be able to find out the truth, at least years ahead of all the rest of them, is from us. So if you want to support the people who are honest and willing to take a risk telling you the truth, stop being pay pigs for the people who are telling you the safe opinions only after it's been made safe, and find out what they're going to be saying years from now. As the old saying continues to hold true, you can find out about it from us now or on Kiwi Farms in 5 years. So check out the card link, which has our Subscribe Star, because again, we're so dangerous, we can't even link to the Subscribe Star directly because people flagged our account so much to prevent us from doing that. And you would be very surprised if you think just Jon Del Arroz is, one of the anti-woke grifters. You ain't seen nothing yet. You have no idea what's really going on. The whole thing is corrupt, and all of them have been supporting cancel culture and cancel pigs and the wokies and all that shit. You really don't know unless you've been following and listening to us on Shitty Webcomics.